kinds of different things to do.
You got 379 people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Did you look at the paper today?
No,
There were
I-
33 admitted just this week. And I said, I don't, and I didn't say it, I don't believe that. So I go to the bubble and talk to the sheriff who's in the bubble, or the deputy. Oh yeah, we got 379. Plus there's 95 in the home detention with the bracelets, another 75 in work release. So you're up around, 500 people in the county sector.
Yes.
Well, every night.
Hey,
Yeah.
Scott, did you sign in?
So,
On the
we did,
sign
I'm
in
figuring
show
it
back
out, they
there.
said they want 65
Just so
bucks
that
now,
the press
50 doesn't
knows.
cover their expenses. So 375 guys, 65 bucks a head, that's $9 million a year. We got pony up just for the.
Oh, pennies first, okay, yeah. For
We're
people
gonna
to
put two together,
Yeah.
even though the numbers aren't
So
in
much
order.
domestic
The numbers
abuse.
are not in order.
Right, the way they applied, it sort of messed up the numbers, so put her two together, get it done, and
Yeah, that
then,
makes sense.
Drugs has always been.
if that's okay with you.
Remember in 1981 when they opened that jail, there was only 13 people that came over from the old jail in 1981.
Yeah, you said
And
that last.
Alan Robenstein famously said, when there's a 25-man bed, we'll never fill this place up. So,
Coming in a friendly crowd.
Yep.
and then I said, I think around 180 to 200, we'll probably never see 300. So it was stupid.
Turn your mic back on.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Mine aren't in order either. That's good.
So anyway, we were in trouble.
Yes, that's all right. I knew you were early, other than last thing on Monday. Okay, so it's 18. I don't know if this affects anybody else, but my sheets are not in order.
Mine weren't, but that was.
I read all mine ahead of time, so I don't know.
Hey, Tom.
Which one do you have on up first in your paperwork in front of you?
Hey,
Mine says 04.
Yeah,
Well, mine says 03, and we're actually doing 01 first.
yeah.
Okay, well,
I got a
Tom,
one.
just so you know, mine are in order.
Mine are in order.
104,
Mine
I used to like you.
Oh, I thought he was talking about these.
03.
He's talking about
Well,
those.
I'm looking at the top sheet here. Yeah, I'm looking at the signing thing. They're not,
In order either.
they're not in order either, yeah.
4, 1, 2.
That's all.
Done.
Mine's, I've got 01 up. Oh, this is from last meeting. Never mind, that's the minutes.
Is it time to dance, Tom?
Dancing with the Stars, coming up. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Board of Zoning Appeals meeting of August 27th.
No,
I'd like
it's,
to,
it's September 24th.
oh, I grabbed the minutes, didn't I?
Sorry.
Good call. Sorry, I missed that. It is in September.
I wouldn't embarrass
The
you like
minutes is
that.
what I was grabbing, and to see if there's anything anybody wants to comment on this. Let's go with the approval of the August 27 minutes, that's what I should have said.
Well, Mr. President, I've read the minutes. If there are no other questions or comments, I move to approve.
So motion by,
I'll second that.
seconded by, all those in favor?
Aye.
Minutes passed. First item on the agenda, unfinished business, is there any unfinished business? Thank you. New business, we'll start with 2180901 Development Standards at 618 Weber Street. Jenny Bainhart, I believe, is making the application. I'd like to introduce, for anyone that doesn't know, Ariel Jones. She's our new Assistant City Planner, and she'll present the facts of the case. Please proceed.
Okay, the applicant Benny Banghart at the location of 618 Weber Street is the purpose to allow an accessory structure to be closer to the front property line than the primary structure. The petitioner is requesting a variance from development standards to permit an accessory structure to be located closer to the front property line than the primary structure. The petitioner initially wanted to place the garage behind their house, but because they do not have a paved alley, this is not an option. The Public Works Department stated that because of budgetary limitations, they are unable to pave new alleyways at this time. The cost of creating a new alleyway is significantly higher than maintaining an existing alleyway.
That's another recommendation.
Yeah.
The planning department feels that the denial of this variance would constitute an unnecessary hardship for the property owner because they do not have an economically viable way to locate their garage in the rear of their property. Based on the information provided, it is in the opinion of the planning department that this case could be viewed favorably when measured by the criteria outlined within the findings of fact.
Thank you, Ariel. Before we open it up, any questions, comments?
Well, Errol, was there any feedback from the public, either written or telephone, about this issue?
Mailing went out, no replies. Okay.
Thank
No
you.
one stopped by or called the office, I did give you a thank you. Any other questions? Is there anyone who would like to speak in favor of this petition?
Would you like to speak in favor of it? So,
Okay, I'll speak up. And you are?
She needs to step up to the microphone.
I'm sorry, I should have invited you to the microphone so we could hear you better.
Well, I can't get the city to maintain an alley to the west of me, so I would have access to a garage in the back of my house. So that just left me with one other choice, and that was to put it in the front.
And that's your petition?
That's my petition.
Thank you.
I don't know if this question is addressed to her or to the city planner's office, but there are two of them here, if I read this correctly. Are they the same building or two different buildings?
yeah, it's the same. So, and I don't know if Kim readjusted the order, but they're asking for two separate cases, and both of the cases tonight will have two items. Her first request and the only thing that should be considered for this first case is that she be allowed to put the detached garage in front of her house. The second item would be to make the setback less than what is.
Okay, so it is the one building. It's not an accessory building and then a garage separately.
No, it's just an accessory structure.
Okay.
Which is a garage.
Okay, so it's a garage.
So where on that plat that we're looking at, does it show where that's gonna be? Do you know yet?
Yeah, there should be a plan. Was it not included in the packet?
No.
That's the area.
I didn't see anything other than aerial.
Second case for the second time.
No, that's the stuff.
There's a white line, that's about it.
This is what we have in the first document.
That's
Yeah.
a sidewalk, Rick.
I thought
Oh, it's just-
this is what should have been included.
So out front. Wow. Oh, look at that. See, so this is the house, and that's, okay, there you go, guys.
Where is it? What am I looking at?
So 16 foot from here.
Oh, so it's gonna be out in here?
Yeah, it's gonna be out there, right?
Yeah, be right in here, correct? Right over in here, Jeremy, or Justin?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it would be right in this corner. Here's a picture of their front
Show,
yard.
point it on there, where it's gonna be.
So it'd be up
explain
here
that.
in this area.
Explain to them where the alley is, Justin.
So the alleyway is along, there's two of them. The alleyway is along this west side and then
Right.
along the south side right here.
Right.
So it is not paved and there's no immediate plan to pave it.
I
in the
noticed
future.
that it was grassed in
Yeah.
and maintained.
There's some pictures, I don't know if that would.
Yeah, this is a good picture here, because this shows the alley right here.
Does it? And so does this
Shows the
one.
right of way anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if that's an alley, it's looking a
Yeah,
little
it's-
peaked.
That's too
So
bad.
the entrance to the garage is gonna be right there off on Weber Street?
Yes,
Okay.
And the neighbors don't have any concerns?
they didn't. I've sent the letters, no
Nobody said
one
anything?
said anything.
Nobody said anything.
That,
That's the neighboring house to the west. huh?
right, and I'm looking at that in a neighboring house to the east.
And the size of the garage is what?
It's on the drawing that he just.
24 by 18.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Got it.
That's gonna be a good-sized garage. Now, that will not be attached to the house, did I hear that
No.
correctly? Just curious, why aren't you doing that?
Well, because there's no way to access it from inside unless I lose the windows. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
All right.
So it's probably
And
more
it looks like she's
convenient.
too close to the alleyway anyway.
Yeah,
It
it's
does,
it's more
yeah.
convenient for you to put it there where he's got it drawn.
And this is my neighbor's garage. It's actually closer to Weber Street than the garage that I'll be putting up.
I noticed that one.
And the house that goes with this is not in the picture, but it's closer to the street than the garage even is. So it shouldn't be a problem with
Aesthetics, though.
visibility.
And
Right.
aesthetic.
Yeah.
And again,
So-
that will be the next
Right.
case is the distance from the property line, but this is just to allow her to have it.
In the front.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so confused.
Good.
Yeah, me too. Okay,
Oh, whose was this?
and we're
That's
splitting
hers.
this
That's
because,
Justin's.
into two,
I think this
Because-
is Justin's, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leave it right there.
Two different variances.
well, one's for the front, one's for the side.
It's supposed to allow it.
It's right here.
Okay, you drew it down.
I think so.
And the setback we just covered is, she's actually closer. The other house is actually closer.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Unverified.
I think I've got it now. Any other questions before we vote on this? Thoughts, comments?
Anybody against it?
It's an interesting way to work.
In the crowd.
Good point. Thank you for speaking in favor of. Is there anyone who'd like to speak in opposition of this? I took a head count, there wasn't anybody, so.
One of them's engrossed in her iPad, so
Yeah, we got- unless that young lady in the back.
she's engrossed in her iPad,
Yeah,
clueless.
I don't think she's gonna come up and do it,
Yeah,
but I've had more surprises than, and tonight I've had several. Okay, we'll close the meeting to the public and vote. I assume on a motion soon.
I make a motion to accept 2018-09-01.
Very good. So motion, seconded.
I'll second.
Second, Dan, beat you to it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone in opposition? Carries unanimously. I believe now we will go on to 04. Is that correct, Justin? That's what you wanted us to do. Okay, 2018-09-04. Fair enough.
The applicant, Benny Banghart, will like to be allowed to have a 15-foot front setback for an accessory structure in R2 at the same address. The petitioner is seeking a 16-foot variance from a 25-foot front yard setback. The petitioner wishes to construct a detached garage closer to the front property line than the permitted in an R2 zoning district. This neighborhood, like other historic neighborhoods in the city, has many properties that do not adhere the current setback ordinance. There are several examples of houses on the same block as well as along the lakefront that have existing non-conforming setbacks. So having a 16-foot setback will not be out of character with adjacent properties. Based on the information provided, we received in the opinion of the planning department that this case could be viewed favorably. The approval will not be harmful to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare to the community.
Thank you, Ariel. Any questions? I think I just want to reconfirm that this building will be further back from the setback than other buildings in the area. Again, that's correct? Okay. All right, you can speak in favor of this, but you probably really don't need to. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, that's in favor. Anyone opposed? Close it to the public. Any questions, comments?
Is there room for a vehicle to pull up to the front of the garage and stop and not be in the sidewalk? Because it's only 16 foot.
There is no sidewalk.
Oh, there's no sidewalk.
Yeah, I noticed that on the pictures. That there's.
So the 16 foot would be from where, Justin?
Her property line.
Oh, her property line. Okay. So that should work.
So it seemed to be an underserved neighborhood, doesn't it?
Well, it's
Well,
tight.
once in a while, it's,
When did you come to that way? Yeah, it's tight.
All right, any other questions or comments?
if there are no other further comments, or I would move to approve this motion.
Motion to
second
approve
that.
218-904, motion seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries unanimously as well. All right, Ariel, we will move on to 218-0902.
The applicant, Brian Peterson, The purpose is to exceed allowed square footage and height sign requirements in R3 at the location of 2008 East Center Street. The petitioner is requesting to exceed the allowed 16 square footage and 4-foot height sign requirements in an R3 district. The proposed sign will be at 36.5 square feet and 6 feet in height. This property is within the overlay district along the Center Street corridor. The overlay district is designated to encourage professional uses while retaining some of the residential characteristics in this area. Signs are used to maintain and enhance the aesthetic environment, enabling the city to attract sources of economic development. The implementation of a sign this size will not negatively impact the line of vision for drivers entering and exiting the site. There are numerous businesses along the Center Street corridor that have signs approximately the same size. Granting this variance will not have a detrimental impact on the character of this area. The use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in an adverse manner.
Thank you, Earl. Again, I assume there was mailing on this one?
She does have records.
In the opinion of the planning department, that this case could be viewed favorably when measured by the criteria outlined in the finding of facts, the approval will not be harmful to the public health, safety, and morals and general welfare of the community.
Thank you, and sorry for the interruption. I will not ever do it again. How would you know? You're not gonna be here, sir.
I might haunt you.
You might.
I request any questions, comments before we open to the audience. Okay. With that, is there anyone here, and I think I see somebody that I know that's here, to speak in favor of this petition?
Hi there, my name is Scott Gray. I work at Gray Craft Signs here in Warsaw, and I'm here to represent Brian Peterson Realty. Just looking to put a little larger sign out front of his location there on Center Street. And like the letter said, it shouldn't have any negative impact at all. We just want to do the rest of the signage along Center Street there within a few blocks.
And it's not gonna, again, we said no visual block, but that,
It's about 2 feet inside the right-of-way.
Okay.
There's no way it would block any vision of cars pulling in or out.
okay. Any questions?
The sign on the building, how big is that?
Sign on the building.
Yes.
Give me 1 second, sorry. Is that good enough, or you want to?
Is it 16?
16
4
square.
by 4.
Okay.
So there's just going to be one freestanding sign and one building sign.
Yeah,
And
gotcha.
both of them, the building sign is,
Jason, have all the issues of lighting and time and all that kind of thing been worked out then?
I think it will just be lit, uplit, it won't be internally lit or anything. Is that what you're asking?
Right,
Yes,
and that
on the light.
conforms for that area, that the limitation, he's conforming to the limitations for that particular area, okay.
to answer your question, is 37 inches by 61 inches. The building sign is.
That was him.
37?
Yep, 37 by 61.
Thank you. Any other questions? Is there anyone to speak in opposition? I'm sorry.
Do you have the mailers?
I do. Do you want me to bring those up?
Please?
Yeah.
Please.
I take it there was no opposition in the mail?
I need those. I was gonna get them after the meeting, but.
Did you already see those, Kim? And there was no?
Yeah, I was gonna get this after the meeting. I've got what I need from him.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Again, is there anyone to speak in opposition? With that, we'll close it to the public. Thoughts, questions, comments?
Make a
Pretty
motion we
straightforward.
approve it.
Go ahead.
I make a motion we approve this.
Motion to approve 2180902 development standards. All those in favor? Oh,
We
I'm sorry,
need-
need a second.
I'll second that.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That carries unanimously. Ariel, would you walk us through the next one? 2180903, please.
Brian Peterson would like to be allowed a second freestanding sign in R3 at the location of 2008 East Center Street. The petitioner is requesting to add a second freestanding sign in R3 district. This lot is within the overlay district along the T corridor. The overlay district is designated to encourage professional use while retaining some of the residential characteristics in this area. Allowing the petitioner to have a freestanding sign in addition to the existing wall sign will not be out of character for this area. Many other businesses along this corridor have both sign types displayed for their businesses. The use and value of the area adjacent to the property included in the variance will not be affected in an adverse manner. As our recommendation is based on the information provided, it is in the opinion of the planning department that this case could be viewed favorably. The approval will not be damaging to the public health, safety, morals, and general welfare of this community.
Thank you, Ariel. Before we open it up again, any questions?
No, I assume this is related to the other one, therefore there are no complaints about the first one, there's no complaints or comments back from the second one.
That's correct. From do we need to speak in favor of this one as well, or are we going to pass?
If it's sold, don't sell it.
Yeah.
I think it's sold.
I think it's sold, you don't have to sell it.
Sold.
You wouldn't even get that far if the Green Bay Packers were playing tonight.
What is that?
Just saying.
It's not personal,
Yeah.
it's just business.
You did fine on the first pass. I think we're good. And that, I think, fits in well with that particular area of the city.
Yeah, I'm glad what he's done, it's
Yeah,
very much.
beautiful building.
Awesome, yep.
Thank you.
With that,
I'll make a motion that we approve 2018-0903.
so motion, seconded
Come on,
by?
Jeff, jump in there.
Second.
There you go.
Seconded by? All those in favor?
Aye.
In opposition? That also carries unanimously. Okay, Ariel, it's back to you. Do we have any other matters to come before this board?
No, sir.
Okay, so moved for adjournment.
I'm sorry, could I have that again, please?
I'll second that.
There you go, it's seconded, there you go.
Can we vote? All those in favor of standing in adjournment?
Aye.
Any in opposition? Standing in adjournment. Thank you very much.
I don't need to make that Packers.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, shoot.
Why?
Is that your granddaughter?
Help first, but it's fine.
What happens with the other building? We're gonna do something with that, or use both of them?
Yeah, I did.
For the real estate?
They have another, what are you saying?
Are they gonna, what's the use for the building they currently have?
They're gonna keep it, it's just an expansion of their office, so, yep.
So they're doubling the
Yeah, I
space.
heard they moved in today. I mean,
Well, did you give them occupancy?
I believe they got everything taken care
so
of, so
yeah, one of
I,
their agents was in our office today and said that they were.
so yeah, I think they're doing well.
That's pretty first-hand information right there.
So,
Yeah.
I thought they had at least a summer. Somebody else was gonna move in there.
maybe.
Because there's only 4 offices that were in there when Coles were in there. And there's just not enough room. See, he had 4 more.
How's your week going? Good night.
Good night, Grandma.
Get my little munchkin out of here.
Yeah, so maybe he's doing that, I'm not sure.
I think that's what he's doing.
Already asked for wire information today. We could get our first check.
Does that substantially change management, or are they supporting the existing management?
Temporarily supporting the existing management. They'd like us to build a new team. I may or may not be there for a while.
Just good for a year.
Yeah.
You don't have to
I'm
be
ready.
in our office at that point.
Is that a bad thing? They'll just buy you
Does
out?
that make sense?
No, I'll stay on the board. Right now, the way it stands, I'll stay on the board and I'll manage the transition to management team.
Big thing to you, Jeff.
So,
Take care, Jeff.
hey Jeff, thank you.
How's your golf game this year? Good. What's your handicap?
Well, it's